Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Or is it a UFO? Well, there's no shortage of people claiming they've had alien encounters, but a new show aims to separate the fact from the fiction. Take a look.
You witnessed a UFO.
I see it again. I see it. I see it.
Oh my God. Holy
You gotta see this. You gotta see this.
Around the world, people are witnessing and capturing unexplained phenomena every day.
There's a feeling you get, the hairs on your arms and your neck kind of stand up.
What the is that?
There was a lot that pointed me in the direction of something non-human.
Oh, there it goes.
What the is that?
And they are looking for answers.
So the show is called Alien Encounters, Fact or Fiction, and we're thrilled to have journalist and host Chrissy Newton on the show to talk about it with us today. Chrissy, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So, Chrissy, when it comes to extraterrestrial life, you see that it's not really a matter of believing or not believing. What do you mean by that?
No, it's not an area of belief. We don't believe in UFOs. It's not a religion. For some people, it could be, but it's not a religion. It's an area of study. It's an ology. You know, we're looking for that like 1% to be unbelievable, unexplainable, and that's what we're looking for. And 99% of sightings aren't real, but it's that 1% that's that like golden nugget that we're looking for.
All right, so Chrissy, you've interviewed a lot of people who have claimed to have alien encounters. What kind of claims did you come across when you talked to those people?
Oh my gosh, so many claims. Do you know Close Encounters, the movie?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. And so in real life, there's a movie obviously called Close Encounters, but it was actually created a classification guide by J. Allen Hynek, who was a professor and astronomer. And he worked on Project Blue Book. I think a lot of us are familiar with the show, but that was actually an American government program that started in 1952 that was investigating UFOs. It's really unbelievable. It's a real program. And so we talked to people within the classification of Close Encounters 1 all the way to the 4th kind. And so we talked to tons of people that have had something of just seeing a UFO to allegedly an alien extraterrestrial encounter, all the way to seeing underwater submergible objects, which is like a USO.
So sorry, and just to break that down, so I never even thought about the name of that. So the first kind is just like a hint of it, like, and then the 4th kind is like interaction?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never knew that. Okay, so your role on the show is to find data that either proves these claims if they're right or wrong. So what kind of data exactly are you looking for?
Yeah, there's something called the 5 observables. I don't get to use it, unfortunately, in the show. They ended up cutting it out, but in the Pentagon, Lou Elizondo is a former counterintelligence officer, and he created this classification with Dre Stratton. And what they're looking for is all these different observables and how to identify a UAP. And then I also look at satellite data, we look at private databases, I cross time, date, and location, and then I talk to tons of different experts. I don't do this alone. You know, you can't do it alone. You need a group of people to help you and to analyze video footage and photos. So I do this with a group of people, and then we sit together along with Mitch Horowitz to decide if somebody saw a UFO or not.
Okay, well, Chrissy, so most of the claims that people make and post online turn out to be false alarms. So I'm curious, as a skeptic, do you think people just want to believe so badly and that's why they let it cloud their judgment a little bit?
Yeah, I have become the Simon Cowell of UFOs. Unfortunately, I guess that's an okay title. I do debunk on the show, but I really truly think that there's something out there, and I get to talk to people, and it's really hard because, again, it's not an area of belief, but it's talking to what people perceive as reality. And so, you know, you have a really hard time having these deep conversations because somebody, for example, came on the show and she thought that she had an alien plant, and again, spoiler alert for anybody, but
an alien plant. Sorry,
an alien implant.
Oh, implant.
Yeah, she thought she had an alien implant.
What did it turn out to be?
It was a tooth of a crown. Yeah, a crown of a tooth.
Crown of a tooth.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was sad because you're like, oh my gosh, and she's so distraught at that moment where you're like, okay, how do I talk to this? How do I hold you appropriately in a way that I can hold your emotions and have these conversations with you? And then, you know, we don't show all of it. They show me very clinical in the show, but, you know, I'm the data perspective of, but after it, I was having conversations with them, talking to them, talking about maybe other experiences they had. And then you have people that have maybe seen something and you're like, oh my gosh, like you've 100% have seen something unidentified. And that's really scary, but also super fantastical.
So for a long time, it felt like it was just sort of books or movies that would talk about, you know, these fantastical stories. The X-Files comes to mind. But lately, with the explosion of social media, I imagine that there's tons of people, like it's just probably exploded in a different way. People actually sharing what they're finding. So what do you think about this connection between media and pop culture playing into our willingness to believe?
Oh my gosh, it's been happening since 1947, Kenneth Arnold's first sighting. You know, a local paper picked it up and then it went syndicated in Life magazine. And a lot of people don't know that. We have something called a culture feedback loop. So then, for example, we're talking about something about UFOs and aliens. We show an image on the screen and we say, this is what it looks like. And people then talk about their experiences. Pop culture, entertainment, and media, like, pretty much exaggerates it at times, and then people go, well, I've seen that as well. It doesn't mean that their original sighting of what they've seen wasn't real. It's the fact that pop culture in our mind has made it bigger than what it is. And so we see that, and it kind of just goes back into a loop. This is why we have these 1950s iconic alien green beings. You know, again, it doesn't mean that it's extraterrestrial. It could be interdimensional. It could be, there's multiple theories. We just know that there is something going on, and the question is, what is it if it's not a foreign adversary?
Okay. One man in the series came forward and found a piece of metal he thought might be from a UFO. And the findings actually were surprising. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to hold on to that too. Frank Miller is a geologist, and he walked on set with this little piece of metal, and it was pure aluminum. If anybody knows, pure aluminum is not common on the planet. It's not made with anything that we have boats or anything like that. Sometimes aerospace uses it, but it's very rare to find here. It's the 12th most abundant element in the universe, but it's not here a lot. We mix aluminum alloys together to make cars and to make stronger metals. Pure aluminum is not strong at all. And so finding it on an alleged crash site in Roswell, New Mexico is extremely exciting, and also getting to touch it is even, you know, I might be one of the only people in the world right now to actually touch something that's an alleged piece of a UFO. But now here's the thing. We have to do one more test. We have to see that if it's actually off-world, and we can do that. And hopefully with the season 2, we get to do that.
Oh, interesting. All right, so the Pentagon has been declassifying more and more information about UFOs, which is very interesting. And it feels like the conversation is really changing. Do you think the stigma is changing as well?
Oh, 100% it is, yeah. People are seeing things that they can't identify. They're reporting it all the time. Social media is out there talking about it. So yes, since 2017, the stigma's changed immensely. Leslie Kean, Ralph Blumenthal are 2 amazing journalists at the New York Times that just broke this story that changed pop culture, it changed the mainstream media, and now it's embedded and it's in the news function, and people are talking about UFOs. There have been multiple secret government programs that have been investigating UFOs for a very long time, and now people are coming forward like Jay Stratton, Lou Elizondo, Christopher Mellon. There's so many people that...
Those are all former Navy?
Former counterintelligence.
Former counterintelligence.
Maybe you just need to have a press conference and just show us all the stuff. The secret, just show us.
Well, they are. The Pentagon, and there's all these different types of conferences that are happening right now within Congress. It's not big in the Canadian sphere as much, but it's huge in the States.
Okay.
Just really quickly, how close do you think we are to proving the existence of extraterrestrial life?
I think we're super close. If anything, yeah.
You guys are clapping. You're excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the James Webb Telescope hopefully will be our shining light on that.
All right, so when you say close, 5 years, 10 years?
Oh gosh, I don't know that, but I think it's going to be in my lifetime. Yeah, within our lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah. I hope.
Stay tuned.
Okay, we'll see. All right, Chrissy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, ladies.
Very interesting conversation.
Thank you.
You can stream Alien Encounters Fact or Fiction right now on ctv.ca.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.